On the deck. I'm here. I am mikO Tolliver. I'm your host here. Two L's. You can find me around on the interwebs at mikO Tolliver. Again, two L's. And I am here with our interim general manager, Antonio Ortiz, Mr. A to Z. And we are here to give you all updates, information, announcements on everything KPFA.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to encourage you to log on to kpfa.org. If you're like, what are you talking about there? That's interesting. Always check out our website and also always tune in to us on terrestrial radio. KPFA Radio, 94.1 FM. We're here in the station at Berkeley, California. Antonio, how's it going today?
I'm tired.
Antonio is tired.
That's what I'm going to. Yes, I am tired. That's what I'm going to say.
I pointed out that he actually didn't really shave today. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, does that like make his face warmer? Because, as a cisgendered woman, I've never grown a beard. Well, sometimes I got a few little hairs come in and I got to pluck those. And then I get back on my vitamin D supplements and then it's okay. But
and I told her that it didn't really make a difference. My beard's not that long enough that I could tell the difference. Unless it was longer, then I feel I would notice if it was a lot cooler when it's shaved.
Oh.
But, But yes.
You feeling tired? Why are you feeling tired?
There's a lot to do. So if you can hear in the background, this is part of my tiredness. In the background, there is the sump pump / what is it? The
water vacuum.
The water vac, yeah. Running because when it rains,
it pours.
And when it rains a lot, then the building floods. So that's starting to happen. That's on my mind. So if you're out there, just know that this is what your listener-sponsored radio station has to deal with, being built on top of a creek. And then this past weekend, there was a lot of snow, which was exciting because it's a different experience for us all. But it caused some problems. And one problem that we'll talk about in a bit, that's affecting our frequency, our signal.
Yeah.
And the station that we're aligned with, KFCF. So that also adds to it. Plus, we're in the middle of our fund drive, which we need to do. And there's that, top of my mind. And then on top of it, all the other things to do at the station to keep this place running as smoothly as possible. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot to end in the winter. So my hope is come spring,
we got some
growth. We got some growth coming.
You're doing it though.
Yeah.
You are doing it. You are working. I know he works very diligently. He works harder than I do.
Maybe too much. I need to work on my boundaries and not be available all the time. Well, I work my best to not be available all the time. So.
Well, yeah, you do a good job. I try to tell you, recognize all the work that you do around here on the station. So that's dope. Our interim general manager, Mr. A to Z, Antonio Ortiz. Hey, look, there goes Josh in the background. Yeah, again, we're here live at the station, Berkeley, California. We are inside because, again, our umbrella outside is broken, but it is also raining. It's not really raining right now, but I think it's like wet and a bunch out there. It's big storms that are happening right here in Northern California. This past weekend, I was up snowboarding. I like to do that some weekends and in the winter, and the snow was beautiful. It was great. It was so soft. It was powdery. I was like, oh, yes. I felt really, really good. I did get stuck in some powder at one point. So still got to work on that skill level. But remember, I told you earlier, Antonio, that there was one slope I went down. It was so windy. I felt like I was trapped inside of a Michael Jackson video.
When she said that to me, I was thinking, just like in, I guess, is it Billie Jean where he leans forward? Is that
that's Smooth Criminal.
But I get the reference, especially with all the wind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was intense. And I know that we here at the station Being Effective, we've got the water vacuum downstairs, vacuuming up the water. That doesn't, you can vacuum up water and not get electrocuted?
Well, it's a, whatchamacallit, it's a shop vac. So the machinery is on top.
Oh, okay.
So
all right. Well, there we go. Vacuum knowledge. But But
Go to
also,
On the Deck for all of your vacuum knowledge.
yes, but I think also we're having another issue with our sister station. You, as you were just
Mhm.
mentioning, KFCF in Fresno,
Yep.
right?
So their transmitter site has a lot of snow and the power's out and it's hard to get to. So if you are in the Fresno area having some problems listening to us, we apologize for the inconvenience. And the hope is that we get back on as soon as possible.
I think not only was it that there's a bunch of snow on the antenna, that the road to get to the antenna is blocked,
Mhm.
right? It's covered in like snow and stuff, and you can't.
Yeah. It's horrible when that happens because, and I experienced it this past weekend. I wanted to go to Eureka
Mm.
and I was going there with this guy that I'm dating. And we got turned around after 3 hours of driving.
Ooh, that does not sound fun.
And so that was, that was a great way to start the weekend. It makes me want to cry because I was just so tired.
Oh, poor thing.
So tired.
Yeah, we were going to Tahoe and we were coming down. My friend, of course, she has one of those like
Mhm.
snow SUVs that's snow compatible, all-wheel drive. I won't say the name exactly because we don't endorse commercially. You see that? I'm keeping with the bylaws.
Yeah.
But she did have to pull out. She had these she didn't have chains. Her car uses tire socks.
Tire socks. I've never heard
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
it's pretty much like a more advanced system of like chains for the tire where it's like a sock. It's like you cover it the tire and this
Oh.
kind of like it's just like a cover and they call it socks.
Does it look like one of those things that people do where they crochet covers for posts and stuff like that in the city? Have you ever seen that when someone makes like a rainbow crocheted thing and then they cover like a lamp post or whatnot?
What part of the city you hang out in? I've never seen anything like that. But I mean, sure, it's
Ha-
a sock. I mean,
have you seen the little gnomes in the area that we live?
I haven't been walking out on the street too much.
Well, then probably for people, they'll know where we live if they know about the gnomes.
Yarn. How about yarn?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yarn bombing. Thank you. Uh, Thank you, Jess.
Yeah, Jess actually, Jess, our PA, helped us out with the correct word. See, that's why we need help, and we have it. We've grown. We've grown
Yes.
to a level where we have someone who can remind us. You mean yarn bombing? That's I would have never thought. I've never even heard that
Yeah.
phrase before.
So now you know.
Yarn bombing. Yes. So my friend
Yeah.
yarn bombed, I guess, her tires, and we were driving down from Tahoe. But it was like I remember when we were like leaving the resort, and just how her car like there was snow. Okay, there was
Mm.
snow that I was just like, are we gonna be trapped here? Because I was like, well, I got my laptop, so if we have to stay like overnight or something, I can still do little work. Which then I was still thinking, that means that we could get another day out here on the slopes. But but no, even the snow is
Yeah.
so bad, even up in Tahoe, that they've closed several resorts today.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's intense. So we want actually encourage people, please be safe out there. But yes,
Mhm.
KFCF is temporarily off the air. We're vacuuming up water here,
Mhm.
and it's raining. I've got on my big raincoat too.
Yeah.
We're inside.
And people may think, well, if you're not listening to us on terrestrial radio, you're thinking, oh, what's the big deal? You're just off for a little bit until the power comes up. But just know for a lot of folks who don't have access to the internet and also in other places, radio is one of the main sources that people can get information about any emergencies. So like, let's say in the Bay Area, if there's a natural disaster that happens that just cuts out power and KPFA is able to run and you have access to a radio, we're one of the stations that'll rebroadcast out information about, what's happening, where you need to go for any services or help that you need in those instances. So just know that it is important for us to be up and running at all times, and that we're working on it. And the general manager down there at KFCF has been communicating with me, and they're keeping us updated of when that's going to be fixed. So
That's pretty good. That's pretty good to know that KPFA provides that service. That if there's like, that's kind of like the landline of phones. You know how they say that everybody's got like cell phones now, and they're like, well, you should actually still have a landline because
Mhm.
if there were an emergency, you might not be able to use your phone, or maybe the phone would go out. But then I've also heard this rumor that actually might not matter so much because even the phones are connected like
Mm.
through like internet and wireless now. So KPFA, KFCF, all the what's our other case? What's our other case? They're all going to be available for you terrestrial radio. If there were
Yeah.
ever an emergency,
Mhm.
I haven't been here as long as you. Okay, give me a break.
Well, we got KF.
That's what I just said.
No. Oh gosh, I'm tired. KPFB,
KPFB.
which broadcasts only in the city of Berkeley,
Okay.
right? So KPFA is the whole Bay Area. We got K248BR in Santa Cruz.
The
Right?
call letters are.
And then we have another one that I should know, but it was more of a recent addition. And I keep
He's
forgetting.
really tired.
It's the one that's over in Monterey.
Okay.
So we get as far as Monterey. And then you have KFCF in Fresno.
We do reach a third of the state of California.
Yeah.
I usually like to say that. A third. Hey, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they trying to like break California into 3 parts? So it's like
I thought it was more than that, like 5 or 7 or something like that.
I remember 3. There was going to be Northern California, Southern California, and then just California, which would be like Monterey or something like that.
Oh, I just remember Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Well, it's further up north, and people think of it as more conservative.
I've never even heard of that. All right.
Yeah.
So now you know we're suffering storms here, but we hope that everybody out there is safe. Again, want to remind you, here we are. I'm mikO Tolliver. I'm here with our interim general manager, Antonio Ortiz. We're giving you updates. KPFA here. Announcements. Oh, yeah, that's right. Find me around on the interwebs at mikO Tolliver, 2 L's. And you can find Mr. A to Z here nowheres because he does not like to use.
Well, you can find me at KPFA's.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not on there I'm on, but I'm not like, if you try to reach me, you'll go through.
Yes.
mikO.
He wants to have a secretary.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So hello everybody again, and let's give them some new information about what's happening here around the station.
Mm-hmm. So for anyone who hasn't tuned in, just know that we're going through our winter fund drive. So if you're tuning in, that's what's happening on the air. And a surprising thing, well, it's not really surprising. We do it every year, right? So during our winter drive, we do the Grateful Dead Marathon, which is going to happen this coming Saturday from 9 to 1 a.m. 9 a.m. on Saturday to 1 a.m. on Sunday the 5th.
Dead to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, we got something. They do a new they do a t-shirt every year. And they've got a new one. We've got the graphic. Do you want to see what it's going to look like? Do you want to see?
Because we're going to be wearing that, remember?
I hope so. I could use a new. The t-shirts are actually really, really nice. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take down this title here and let's see if we can show this graphic. Oh, right there. Dead to the world.
Nice.
You like that?
I do like that.
I do like that. I wonder who their graphic artist is because we need to get them to come do some stuff for us because that is pretty fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look! Do you see there? It's a radio, and it's got like the Grateful Dead symbol as like. For the which station you're tuned into, and then it's got the the Golden Gate Bridge there in the back, and then it's got a little 94.1 KPFA. That's fire. I like this. You see the roses. Dead to the World, Grateful Dead Marathon, March 2023. All right,
March 4th.
March 4th. This
2023.
This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. So tune into that if you like Jerry Garcia, all things Grateful Dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're a Deadhead, I love Deadheads.
I know you do.
They're nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. Maybe we should get a Deadhead to come hang out with us one day. And then I would show you, be like, wow, you're so nice.
What if they're not?
They're Deadheads. They're going to be nice. All right. So
yeah. So I would love for us to get a shirt to wear that when we do our own marathon.
Ooh, you think we could do an on the deck marathon? What would our shirt look like?
We're going to run. That's what I mean by the marathon.
Dude, I don't run. I snowboard. Why don't you come snowboarding with me?
Okay, if I snowboard with you, then you have to run a marathon with me.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
What do you mean it's not the same thing? We're going to do, what we would do is we would do a relay. So we each just take a quarter of a marathon and we get 2 other people to join us.
I'm really not great at running. I get shin splints. I already got a crickety knee.
You don't have to be great at running. We just have to do it and finish it. That's it.
Well,
I'm not great at snowboarding or skiing, and I'm afraid that might hurt my knees.
Have you ever gone snowboarding or skiing?
I've gone skiing once, but I've heard people who love to ski who break out their knees, and I'm just like, I don't know.
This is true. I fall too on that snowboard. I fell this, and it was really dope. I was on this like bit of powder, and I was like, oh my god, this is so great! And I came out of this like one path onto another, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take this little bump. Pew, boom, landed right on my derriere. No shame though, because I was just like,
Well, 'cause you're having
whatever,
fun.
trying again. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
did it 2 more times. And actually, of those 3 times, I did actually land one. So
Mm.
it's okay. Oh, wait. We've got a chat. We've got a comment in the chat. I want to mention to someone because this is fire. Let's see if Jess our PA, will you show this to everybody? I want everybody to see this. We've got a comment here, somebody who is tuning into watching us live right now, and they've just said, this is from Paul Garber. Here, I'll show it. I'll click it on. There we go. Right here. Paul Garber. Why are you laughing? Paul Garber. I'm a pretty nice deadhead, and I want that shirt.
Well,
I know
Paul,
you do, Paul, because that
'cause
shirt
that's
is
a nice
fire.
shirt.
Yeah, and see, he
So.
said he was nice.
Mhm. He is nice.
Yeah, he's a deadhead.
I know Paul. Paul is nice.
Right. Okay. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Paul. We
Thank you, Paul.
appreciate it. But Paul, are you gonna? I want to ask Paul, see maybe if he'll respond, if he's gonna be tuning in to the marathon this Saturday, because that's a show that's just for you. That's really popular.
Yeah, Paul, let's find out. Are you going to be tuning into the show on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. all the way till 1 a.m.?
And then we just wait. Cricket.
It's-
Because we
No
gotta wait.
response.
We gotta
No
wait for
response.
Paul to actually respond to that.
response.
But he does
Okay.
say, "I'm a pretty nice deadhead, and I want that shirt." And he also he typed in emojis, fire. Oh, he responded.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is
Okay.
going to be tuning in this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1. Thank you, Paul.
Mhm.
We appreciate your participation. And oh wait, definitely. I just want people to see like
You're
how
going to really
much
show every single one.
I am. I want people to see how we're supported, and we have fans here on the deck who
Mhm.
tune in. Actually, you know what? Right before this, I did get a call actually from one of my grandma's friends. And this is legit because it's not my grandma. Now, if it was just my grandma, I'd be like, maybe that doesn't count, or at least maybe you might write off. But one of my grandma's friends was just like,
I brought off
"Hey,
if you
I've been
didn't, yeah.
watching you on the show, and yeah, you're doing so great, so well." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." So we got people
Mhm.
who are watching.
Yeah.
We have
do.
we have people who appreciate
Yeah.
our banter here and our information and just our fun times when we come in here to you Tuesdays at 2 p.m. and give you
Mhm.
the updates, all the information. So I just want you to know, I appreciate that. I know what it's like to be ignored. And I know what it's like for people to be like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then just not participate. So when
Mm.
people comment in the chat, I read that and I'm like, oh my goodness, we have friends.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate that. And I hope that this Saturday is great for you. I know that they're going to play some great stuff. So again, check that out. This Saturday, Dead to the World Marathon, 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. Now, I think there's one other thing happening this Saturday. It's not going to be on the air. It's going to be an actual live in-person event, right?
Mhm. That
Oh.
is true.
Yeah. It's going to be put on by Miss April. Now, we mentioned it last week. So we're going to
Mhm.
mention it again this week. Right.
So for any of you who don't know, Ms. April is the host producer for the Gospel Experience on Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And she is going to be present at a CD release party on March 4th.
Yeah. And I believe the party is going to be at Jeffrey's Inner Circle. It's on 14th Street in Oakland, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Is that what it says there?
That is what it says. Remember, we were going through this issue last
Yeah,
week.
we made a rookie mistake last time announcing the wrong location.
No, we didn't. We were reading the flyer and we were announcing the location, but we were announcing the location where you go to buy the tickets.
Yes. Okay. We were in. Yes. So it was still the right location, but it was a location to buy tickets, not where the event's going to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to be at Jeffrey's Inner Circle, and this is going to be it's going to be for Jerald Stroughter. It's a CD release party. It's a concert and party, and there's also going to be a DJ afterwards. So DJ Oasis, that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And for the release, the CD is called Back to Love. So if you guys are trying to get that party started in the gospel community, bang bang pow pow, this is where you want to be.
And if you've heard Ms. April on the air, she'll be there.
Ooh.
So it'll be a great way to find out more about her show.
And I believe the tickets are $50. We have the link there. Actually, if you go into the post in the description, you'll be able to find the link to where you can go to buy those tickets. But I believe it's brownpapertickets.com/events/5705750. Are you impressed by how I could read that? It was so small. I'm slightly farsighted.
Yes.
I'm actually I'm really proud of this this feature of myself. There's been times where I've been sitting at like my friend's house at like in the hills, and you can see like far away, and you can see like the airport, and I can see just a little like plane just like moving, and I'll be like, that's right, because I'm farsighted. This Saturday, March 4th, go see Miss April. She's super dope. Really, really nice. I know my grandmother also listens to that show. My grandmother's hardcore into the church crowd. So that's really going to be good. That's going to be fun. So I think that's great.
I'm sure it's going to be fun. Every time I've come in to the station at on Saturday mornings and I happen to see Ms. April, she's grooving to her thing, and it's fun. There's a lot of energy in the morning.
Really? Can you groove to gospel? Is that allowed?
I can. There's some music that's like that you want to dance to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I believe they call it shouting. At least that's what they call it at my grandmother's church. Like you can shout, and that's the appropriate way to do it, right?
I don't know. I've never been. So yeah.
To church, or like just like a black gospel church.
Well, the churches I go to. Well, I don't go to church, so yeah. But the churches I have gone to, they seem to be very subdued. Yeah.
You know what? I had this friend actually in high school. I was telling her about my grandmother's church, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, my grandmother-in-law, they're super in gospel, la la la." And she's like, "Do they catch the spirit at your grandma's church?" And I was like, "Catch the spirit? What's that?" And she's like, when they like dance and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, you mean shouting?" Yeah, of course we shout. Woo!
Yeah, I love the energy.
Yeah. It gets energetic.
Because there are some where it's not, and then there are others that like that the rock, the Christian rock.
That's right. So, and then some of them are just kind of like straight up like Footloose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the plot of that movie?
Yeah, bits here and there.
Well, they were, the girl, her father, she was a preacher's kid, and the whole town they were outlawed dancing.
We should do that again.
See how you be doing?
I'm just kidding. I'm tired. I'm kidding.
I know he's tired, but it's so great that he's here. Don't you love how our interim general manager always shows up? I just want to remind you guys that our interim general manager, Mr. A to Z, Antonio Ortiz, is here with me every Tuesday at 2 p.m. And he is here, and for anybody who likes to tune in and join the chat or comment, he's here to respond back to that. And so you got to give it up for him. I appreciate that. That's really nice. And it's something that I really try to push for, because I want you guys out there, our KPFA fans and community, to know that, if you send us a message, you send us a comment, you tell us something about the station that makes you feel really good, we hear that. But if we don't respond back to you, you don't know that. So I think it's all so great that our IGM shows up and he says something back, he responds, and that you guys can interact with Mr. A to Z, Antonio Ortiz. I've been trying to work on Antonio accepting compliments more. What did I say you say when I give you this?
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Right. Because he's doing a great job. I know that you took over this job, in like August?
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost kind of like random, sudden. Like we just got this email. It's like, all right, from Quincy McCoy, who was super great. I love Quincy. Quincy gave me my chance here. And that was great. But then he was just like, I got a new job. So deuces. And then, but Antonio's going to take over. And I was like, okay.
And then a lot of stuff happened.
as things do happen. But
Yeah.
Antonio's really been ushering some like great new things, great changes. Hey, change is scary. Change is scary. Actually, you know what? Just this weekend when I was out on the slopes, I was thinking about how that some people I've known in my life, they were just so afraid of change. They didn't want to grow. Some people were really resistant. They're like, no, it's good. Just leave it like this. And then you'll see things changing around them. And you're like, I don't know. Maybe we should jump on board with this. That looks like that could go someplace new. No, this is good. Well, what about that right there? That maybe we should change something. That doesn't look like that could be good for us in the future. No, let's just keep it like this. And Antonio is very into like, yeah, let's change. Let's grow.
Let's try it. Let's play.
Let's try it. Let's play.
Let's see if we can have fun with it.
So we appreciate that. And so I want you guys to know that we're here talking with our IGM. Our IGM is here talking back with you, and we appreciate it. And with that, you know what that means, Antonio?
You can find us on the social medias.
No. we forgot. We just did this whole spiel about how we're talking about with people and like what it is, what really time is, what the highlight of our show.
The donor highlight of the week.
That was good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Okay.
And the donor highlight of the week is David from Washington. is David from Washington, D.C. Thank you, David, all the way from Washington, D.C., for supporting your listener sponsored radio station on the other side of the on the other side of the country.
That was dope. That was fire.
Mhm.
I know that if I were David, I'd be like, oh my God, he said my name. He knows me.
It's David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you, David.
Yes.
We appreciate you and everyone else like you.
Mm-hmm. Listeners support it. And we, like I said, We Are Here on the Deck is a show about interacting with the KPFA community. We're here to give you announcements. We're here to give you updates. We're here to give you information. We know that the station itself gives you information, but they're giving you information about the world and all that jazz. And that's great too. But we want to give you what's going on here at KPFA, because sometimes you guys do email us and they go, what's going on? What's
Mhm.
going on? I'm here in Fresno. How come I can't hear anything? What's going on? What's going on? This is what's going on. You like that? I built this system. I'm really proud of it.
Good.
Thank you. See, you see how I do it? I just say thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Now we can do it. And with that,
And with that, you can find us on the social medias on Facebook at KPFA 94.1 or on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram at KPFA 94. No, I'm sorry, at KPFA Radio.
yeah, there you go. Great. Yes. Thank you so much. And then also, we want to remind you that this Friday is the first Friday of the month. And what does that mean, Antonio?
Party time. We are going to make announcements.
That's right. We're going to do the On the Deck March monthly recap. That's right. We're going to do On the Deck with Friday, which should be
people-
spelled with an I.
Friday.
But you know what?
Where does it say? What
It
does
says
say?
Friday,
Friday
with
with a Y.
But you know what? Maybe we'll fry something.
Well, Friday. So people may ask, why do you have another announcement on the first Friday?
We have another announcement. So this announcement that we do here right now, this is just for what's happening on the week. Oh, look at that. We fixed that. Our Friday is real Friday. We're not going to just be frying fish. But yes, so we do our weekly recap because, you know, things change. Sometimes things change quick.
Mhm.
But we do a monthly announcement segment because we're going to talk to you about events that are happening in March. We're going to give you the herb of the month. And we're going to talk to you about any programming changes or upcoming new shows that we might have. So that's a whole bunch of information that's there. That's the general plan for March. We have vision into the future.
Spring.
Ooh, that's right. Oh, we should probably add somewhere onto our announcement schedule for March that it's going to be daylight savings. That's going to change.
Yeah, which is going to happen on the 12th.
Is it the 12th? No, that's good. It's the 12th. Yeah,
Mhm.
spring forward, fall back. So we're about to hit spring. So we'll add that too. So, but we look forward to that. So we're going to see you this Friday, March 3rd at 1 p.m. We know that you guys are usually checked out mentally on a Friday. So are we, which is why we only do this announcement segment once a month. And it's just the first Friday because, you know, hey, you guys just got paid. You are like, what's going on? What's new? I want to know what's happening. We're going to tell you so you can know, where can I spend this money? Where can I go do things? And we want to tell you how you can do that and how you can live your life and enjoy. So we look forward to that. I'm going to see you this Friday. But with that, I'm mikO Tolliver. I'm here with our interim general manager, Antonio Ortiz.
Mm-hmm. And it was great seeing you this Tuesday. We look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, we'll see you next week for the weekly recap. And we'll see you this Friday for the monthly. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Antonio, let's tell them bye. Let's say bye. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm going to do it like the queen. I'm royalty.